Hello everybody, it's time once again for another reading. This one comes to you from The Princess and the Frog, called Tiana's Ghost. Halloween night in New Orleans began with a rusty orange sunset. The sun looked just like a big old pumpkin. Tiana was standing in the doorway of her restaurant. It's perfect for Halloween, her friend Charlotte said, bouncing up a little Betty Boop costume. And look at these little fluffy clouds. Look just like beignets. My wife is so looking forward to trying those when we go to Florida. Beignets. Tiana scowled. Why the frown, sugar? Charlotte asked. Don't you love Halloween? I do, Tiana said. There's been some weird stuff going on today. You reminded me about when you mentioned beignets. Weird beignet stuff, Charlotte said, laughing. Only you would have pastry mystery on Halloween, Tiana. Tiana shook her head. It's probably nothing. I made a special batch of them for Halloween party tonight. They're all gone missing. Charlotte smiled. You know, they say the spirits walk the earth on Halloween. Maybe they're the ones who caused the mischief, she teased. Tiana laughed. But she wouldn't if maybe Charlotte was right. Right, the beignets? Beignets, is that how they're pronounced? It's not how it's spelled.
I know.
Beignets. Tiana knew spirits were real. She had seen them during her adventure as a frog. So, it's not a ghost, she thought nervously. Then something fluttered at the edge of her vision. But when she spun around, nothing was there. Did you see that? Tiana asked. See what? Charlotte asked. Tiana, honey, get your hat and let's go. We have pumpkins to carve, apples to bob for, a party to throw. Tiana smiled, shrugging off her nerves. Okay, she said, I'm ready. First, Tiana and Charlotte went off to the Halloween fest at the farmer's market to carve pumpkins. But just as Tiana was putting the finishing touches on their pumpkins, she saw something strange out of the corner of her eye. What was that? Charlotte said, chopping their pumpkins. But it was already gone. You saw it too? Tiana asked. I saw something, Charlotte said. She looked a little spooked. Next, her friend went bobbing for apples, but Tiana came up for air. She saw it again, Charlotte said. She saw it too. The little wisp of white was gone as quickly as it appeared. Tiana and Charlotte stared at each other. I'm very sure being haunted, sweetie, Charlotte told Tiana. Tiana and Charlotte walked back to the restaurant. Tiana kept peering over her shoulder. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was something following her, but it always disappeared before she could get a good look. Tiana did her best to ignore the flutters as she settled into her restaurant kitchen. She needed to work on finishing touches for the big Halloween party. First step was to replace the missing beignets. Tiana had just sprinkled powder of sugar over a fresh beignet when the lights in the kitchen flickered and went out. Crash! And shouts of surprise sounded from every direction. Tiana's staff blundered into each other in the dark. Tiana clutched her basket of beignets tightly. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. Swish! Something brushed her hand. As suddenly as the lights had gone off, they came back on again. Tiana, what on earth? Charlotte cried, running into the kitchen. Is everyone all right? Tiana asked, looking around. Her staff all nodded shakily. There was no sign of whatever had touched her hand, and some of the beignets were missing. Tiana had just about had enough. Why is the ghost haunting me? Asked Charlotte. New Orleans is full of people. So what's so special about me? Well, Charlotte said thoughtfully, you do make the best beignets in all of New Orleans. Maybe the ghost is just hungry. All right, there's only one way to find out, Tiana said. She rolled up her sleeves and got to work on the biggest, tastiest batch of beignets she had ever made. As soon as the beignets were done, Tiana and Charlotte left the treats in the basket at the restaurant kitchen back door. Then they snuck around the corner to watch. They waited and waited. Just as they were about to give up, there were movements in the shadows. Tiana and Charlotte chuckled. Touched each other's hand. Tiana's heart was beating so hard she could feel it in her toes. She'd never been so spooked. The ghost moved into the light. Tiana let out a big sigh of relief. Then started laughing. The ghosts were a bunch of kids. Tiana stepped out of her hiding place, surprised the kids. Sorry, Miss Tiana, one of them said nervously. Trick or treat, another one said. We're just really, really hungry, said the third. Well then, come on, Tiana said, smiling. I got a big Halloween party going, and you're all invited. Really? The first kid asked, her eyes wide. Sure, Tiana said. After all, a trick this good deserves a treat. Alright, so that was today's story. Yep, my wife says she'll be super disappointed if she can't have her beignets at Port Orleans when we go. going to be so disappointed. Sure, if it's not open, they'll just move them somewhere so she can get them. Because the whole plan is that we're going to be staying at the French Quarter in Port Orleans. That's the plan. I think I've told them Miller back up Coronado Springs. But she said, will work. Alright, so until we see each other tomorrow, we're right for now.